For Utah, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. We've got the Cobra. Marcus Sasser is out there with Hunter. Then there's Harris. And it's Ivy in at the point guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Here's the Cobra. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's the Cobra. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Detroit has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's the Cobra. And another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Butler feeling it out a bit. Here's Sexton. The Cobra with the rebound. Detroit's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Detroit.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the Cobra.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Here's the Cobra. And again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Outside Butler. Outside George. Sexton for 3. The Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Pistons. Shot and game clock separated by 5. The Cobra's shot is off. Sexton on the wing. Ivy defending. Sexton's shot is good.
How about the soft touch on the floater from Colin Sexton? You must have that in your arsenal.
Here's the Cobra. Another one goes. Incredible.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute.
So you just set the record for most three-pointers made in a game. What are you feeling right now?
Sabrina, I feel like sitting down somewhere. No, but for real though, I feel great. Tonight was a great night, and it felt like the basket was a foot wider than normal. You know, I was able to get a lot of good shots, and I was able to make a lot.
Now that you've set this record, other defenses are going to want to make sure you don't do the same to them. How do you think they'll respond?
It's a challenge for sure. You know, you just got to keep getting good looks and obviously stay hot all night. And teams, they're going to watch their film and try new things. But you just got to stay one step ahead. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right. Well, thanks so much. Congrats.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you soon.
Bye.
All right.
Got that?
Joe.
When you're as hot as you were tonight, does it feel like you're playing a different game from the other 9 guys on the court?
You know, Joe, fans like to see someone push the boundaries of what's acceptable. There's always that energy out there. The desire to see how high the individual can rise.
Huh.
Michelle.
Do you care how long your record lasts?
You know, as long as that record stands, it belongs to me and everyone in that locker room who helped make it possible. And I hope it's never broken, because that means that we've done it better than anyone ever. You know, thanks, Michelle.
Right here, MP.
Yeah, MP. Call the electrician, because MP just shot the lights out.
Got an air fryer. Crisp them right up.
Just looked at my phone and MP made how many threes tonight? My guy is crazy.
Basketball didn't pan out? You could have been a PR whiz. Great stuff, MP. Great stuff.
was better. My energy was never on some toughest. I was just a conscious rapper that I was just a cop from a rough premise. My nose out the streets, but I love to get away for the action. Cause comes attraction. And I turn it to a track stop. Run it all up. Everything I rap for, I've been trying to send hacks on the gym. Dug and running through the field in my Timbs. Now I'm with Young Metro on the VIP. Incoming. For it, like we make love, I'm thinking to myself, could I really do it one woman? I think so, but it's hard when you with your dogs. Thinking I could Ruby Rose with a keystroke. Ego, ask yourself, is that gonna bring you peace though?
Forever's not long enough. If it's endless, what we done? Either you're a rebel or where we gone. Stars, what we done?
Hey man, everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back. It's your anthem. My view from the top of the moon, I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, a maze of the rules. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them. The leader do, follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this here be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number one out the two, it don't know where I'ma lose. I hate the struggle, but it made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me, this for my son and my daughter, my family tree and their daughter. I'm the chosen one, I'm wearing that jacket. I was down, now I'm up, now I was the underdog, now look who we left. I'm better than you guys, yeah. The champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall, the champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall, I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. The dirt on my neck tried to bury me. You sat on me like they were seasoning. Now this my season. Weathered every storm that was in my way, but promise you it wasn't easy. Took some patience and grieving. I was believing when no one believed me. I was believing when no one believed me. Now they gotta see me from the nosebleed or the front row. I don't care who will see it. Dreams to reality. I'm too real for reality TV. Remember I was poor, now I'm writing this song from a balcony. Told them watch out for me, but they ain't see me coming at it. On that road feel like keep pushing even though we don't feel right. Just to live life, talk to God even when I didn't see light. Still talk to him when it got bright. Dark days, I'm in for the spotlight. We paid, now mama can sleep tight. The champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall. The champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall. I put my head up. bad is that?
Get after it, MP.
Fans live for games like this one.
look at this. Fans are already pumped up, and the energy is visibly escalating outside of this venue. It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Pistons. Right now they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Chicago Bulls, a couple spots below.
Checking out Chicago. They've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
But it's something we expected. This team was built to compete with anyone.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Buzelis out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's the Cobra. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. And for the Bulls, they've got Jalen Smith. Ed Van Vliet out there with White. Then it's Collins. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. And we know these teams are among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup. And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
White, wide open. He fired. Hits the three-point bomb.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Here's the Cobra. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's White. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Thunder. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Seeing where Detroit is, they've been consistent in their approach, and they found consistency in these rankings. Just a real solid club that puts a good product out on the floor.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Nice D from the Cobra.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against Utah was all business. He scored an amazing number of points, and he was so productive offensively, he wound up setting a new season high for himself in scoring. He was remarkable in that game. Not often you see a player that dominant, and I'm sure he wants to keep it going. Guys?
David in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Herbert Jones, he's checked in for the Bulls.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And here's White. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ivy's checked in.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
The Cobras shot is off. Bulls trail by 9. Latrey. And it's White missing.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here's Jones, following the bucket by the Pistons. Back to Van Vliet. Collins kicks to Van Vliet. Outside, White. Clock at 6. From about 19 feet. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Beautiful touch there. Give White these types of looks consistently, and he's going to make you pay.
Here's the Cobra. White covering. There's the triple. The Cobra's shot is off. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 9-point game. And it's White missing. And here are the Pistons now. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's the Cobra. And he drops in the layup off the glass. The Cobra's got 16 points.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Van Vliet. The 3. White with another miss.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
A nice shot by the Cobra.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons.
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
They're making some changes. Smith comes in for Thompson. And it's Kobe White in for Javon Carter. Then for the Pistons, Buzelis comes in for Holland. And it's the Cobra in for Marcus Sasser. Down low. Here's White. The rebound by Ivy.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
On the floor for Detroit, we've got the Cobra. Buzelis out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Jaden Ivey. And it's Bassey in at the pivot, manning the middle. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Jones with the screen on Ivy. White. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. White's got 9.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Dosunmu, the pass to Jones. It's Williams, high post. It's White on the wing. Ivy defending. White, good.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's the Cobra. And another 3 for Detroit.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And White kicks to Jones. Looking for Dosunmu, and he gets it there.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Bucket is good.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away. And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
This one for three. Another three for Detroit.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
White the pass to Smith. Outside, Jones. And again, Chicago. No good. The Pistons shooting and feeling it offensively in the second quarter. They're shooting 60%. Here's the Cobra. 33 points for him. Buries it from three-point range. The Cobra's got 36.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Pistons on top, running away with this one. And we'll get going after this from United Center.
Looking at the Bulls, they've been hanging around the upper echelon, playing with good energy. Feels like the chemistry is right with this team. They put the...
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first-half performance for the Pistons.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Can it continue?
And that concludes.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
They've got John Collins. White is out there with Fred VanVleet. Then it's Thompson, and it's Smith in at the center, locking down the middle. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
Oh, great anticipation by Cunningham, managing to get his hand.
Oh, wow! Oh, that was unbelievable!
Now that is a finish for the ages.
Oh, man. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Bombed up there for Collins. VanVleet outside. Shot clock at 5. Collins setting the pick for VanVleet. Unable to get that one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And the 3 off target from the Cobra. Here's Thompson. Rebound, Detroit. Buzelis has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
VanVleet passes to White, and they get it. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Here's Smith, and it's Smith finishing it off.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Here's the Cobra. He's got 44. Good, another from 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. VanVleet on the wing, covered by Cunningham. VanVleet kicks to Smith. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen by Collins. Now, here's Thompson. He's covered closely, and Buzelis gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Bulls, Jones checked in for White, and it's Dosunmu in for Fred VanVleet. So, Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Duren. Harris comes in for Buzelis. Hunter's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Cade Cunningham. Here's Dosunmu. And again, Chicago, no good. Now Detroit moving it up. In the corner, Ivey with it. Here's the Cobra. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Collins, good.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
Here's the Cobra. He's covered by Thompson. From downtown, Detroit, no good that time either. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. The Cobra. Detroit, no good that time either. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jones, the pass to Dosunmu. Now Johnson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Outside, Jones. His three-pointers off the mark. For Detroit, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. Forbes connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Jones. Collins dishes to Johnson. For 3. The shot misses. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Pistons ahead. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Marcus Sasser is out there with Hunter. And it's the Cobra. Then there's Harris. And it's Ivey in at the 1. Here's the Cobra. And again for 3.
Splashes home another 3. And he moves into second place all time with that make for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him. Jones, no one around him. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Sinks the triple.
I mean, no comment, but this is just unreal.
And Chicago shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Jones with the screen on Ivey. Dosunmu, the pass to Johnson. Bulls moving the ball around. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Kobe White, he's checked in for Chicago. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Jaden Ivey. 6 on the shot clock. And it's White missing.
Another miss from him, struggling to find his rhythm.
That 3 is off the mark from the Cobra. Knocks it loose. Shoots the three. Good! Another from three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations. And another miss.
And, yep, another basket.
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Raleigh is tied for the fourth most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
It just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Hunter against Jones. Pass to Johnson. Jones in the post. The layup missed. The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Connects again from distance.
He's scorching hot. Another three.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Chicago calls timeout. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Smith checked in for Patrick Williams. John Collins comes in for Johnson. Thompson, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Dosunmu. And then for Detroit, Charles Massey, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Holland in for Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Lets the three fly. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can say
hits it again. Wow.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. And the Bulls with another miss.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Pass to Hunter. A three ball. Hits it from three-point range.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Over in the corner, White. To stop the run, 6 to shoot. Holland with the rebound.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Here's the Cobra. Good! Another from three.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history books.
Raleigh is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. Detroit dictating the flow. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And again for three.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it, if anyone's going to do it.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
What a special night. I feel blessed to have witnessed this. A new three-point record. Unreal.
Here's VanVleet. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second team foul. Free throw good, VanVleet.
At the line for two, Fred VanVleet.
No good on the second free throw. Here's the Cobra. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocked.
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Unreal.
Time to warm up. Get ready to rock.
Hottest team in the land coming through.
A confident group coming through the tunnel. The Pistons looking. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. Better be on your game tonight, Clark. These teams like to go, go, go.
Exciting for us and the fans, BA, but exhausting for the defenses. I mean, it should be a high-scoring affair, up-tempo, windshield wiper quality. Expect a lot of substitutions to keep things fresh.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. They've got Derek Jones. He's out there with George. And it's Yabusele in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's the Cobra. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three ball to go.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight. Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Now here's Maxey. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Pass to Boston. Blocked! And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, JB Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Shot's good by the Cobra.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Here's Maxey, following the score by Detroit. And out of bounds, Detroit will have it. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's the Cobra, coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. Inside. Kicks it to George. Three-pointer. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
First in field goal percentage, and they're first in the NBA in opposing field goal percentage. What a testament that is to the team. They all put in the work on the defensive end of the floor.
And you really can't emphasize enough how impressive their field goal percentage is. They run their game plan so well and know how to get the shots they want. Hunter's checked in for the Pistons. The 76ers also with a sub. Green's checked in for Jones. For three, George. George with another miss.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball. The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Yabusele. Here's Boston. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Here's Green. The Sixers with another miss.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Ivy's checked in for the Pistons. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output. We'll make substitutions. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first. Here's the Cobra. Hits the trifecta. The Cobra's got 15.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
59 seconds left in the first. Here's Huff.
Yeah, a really rough opening quarter for them in terms of shooting.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets, try to build some confidence and some momentum.
Knocks it down from distance. He's got 18.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And that one's good. Green.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
The Cobra can't hit. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 15-point game.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's the Cobra. Knocks down the long J. The Cobra's got 21 points in the game.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They've had and so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Detroit.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
Holland out there with DeAndre Hunter. Then there's Jaden Ivey, and it's Bassey in at the center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks. The Cobra in the last game against the Bulls was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and what an offensive performance overall, turning in a new season high for him in points. His numbers from that game jumped off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Hunter with the ball. He's picked up by Hardaway. And the three-pointer goes.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And it's Green missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Here's the Cobra. Off the mark there with a 3.
After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
Beverly outside. Green, a screen. Pass to Huff. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Shot's good by the Cobra.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Jones sets a screen. Hardaway from outside sends it home from three-point land. Hardaway's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, with good shooting form and technique and a knack for scoring, Hardaway Jr. is confident with the deep ball.
And some changes here for Detroit. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Bassie. Chris Middleton comes in for Hunter. And Cunningham subbed in for Ivy. Shot's good by the Cobra.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far. And when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Rebound by Philadelphia. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. On the attack, Green. Here's Yabusele. Fires from deep. And Cunningham pulls it down. Pass to the Cobra. Here's the 3. Drummond grabs the miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside Maxey. From behind the arc. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. The Pistons lead by 21. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard. And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And Detroit making a change here. Harris is checked in, and the 76ers making a change here. Here's Boston. And miss after miss right now.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Ryan, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
George finds Jones. Back to George. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of this game. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Boston. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Detroit, they've gotten 8 of 12 attempts to drop since the beginning of the second. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
You know, in that game, it was just too much disparity in effort level between the two teams, especially on the glass.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Here's the Cobra. He's got 40 now. The 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Detroit cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. Back to the game after this break.
Please, direct your attention now to set up.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out.
And right now, let's see who's jostling for... And that'll do it for us. Thanks.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Maxey, George out there with Derek Jones, and it's Yabusele in at the center position. Boston. No good on the 3.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
And that one's on target from the wing. The Cobras got 42 in the game.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Here's Yabusele, outside Jones. Outside Maxey. Pass to Boston. Uneasy, 2 on the layup. Boston's got his second basket on the night.
You can see how Maxey has developed as a facilitator. This coaching staff has a lot of trust in him.
Zealous' shot is good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Back to Maxey. Fires the 3. The Pistons clear it. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a cut.
Good! Another from 3.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Jacks up a 3. Duren with a rebound.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's the Cobra. He has 45 and again for 3.
And this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now for most threes in a game.
And the points keep piling up and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from downtown. Pass to Boston. George outside. Will it go? They get it again.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
For 3. The Cobra can't hit. The 76ers have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Pass to George. From deep, gets the 3 to fall. George has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The 3 ball connects again from distance.
And with that made 3, he now stands alone for 3rd most threes in a single game.
Boy, he's been locked in, and it's been lights out for him all game long. What a shooting performance.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
The Cobra passes to Cunningham. Here's the Cobra. And another one!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Boston. 1:21 left in the 3rd.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Here's the Cobra. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Maxey against Cunningham. Boston. The rebound by Detroit. Buzelis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's the Cobra. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. The Cobra's got 57 points. Philadelphia has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the 3rd. The shots just aren't falling. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Boston, PJ Boston.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Here's the Cobra. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Up in time. And again.
And it's 60 points again for him. Can't believe he's done it 3 times.
That's right. And now he's tied for the third most 60-point games in a single campaign. And so it's the Detroit Pistons, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back. Yeah. Sixers will have a different look here. Jones, he's checked in for Martin. Paul George comes in for Hardaway. Boston's checked in for Council. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Green. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Jones. Here's Yabusele. George outside. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
DeAndre Hunter is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Ivy, and it's Bassey in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's the Cobra. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Outside Jones. Takes the 3. He can't get that one to fall. Detroit has gone 3 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the third quarter. There's the triple. The rebound by Maxey. Philadelphia has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. They get the rebound. Kicks it to George. Takes a 3. And they get it back. And it's Maxey missing.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Shot's good by the Cobra.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
There's the 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. A minute 31 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Boston. And here is Maxey. The Sixers with another miss.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
And again for 3.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
George with a fantastic look. Excellent job creating an easy opportunity for his teammate.
Launches it. Good! Another from 3.
There it is. A shot that puts him tied at the top of the record books.
Masterclass in 3-point shooting. Amazing. Here's Jones. Off the left rim and out. Well, Detroit's shooting 58% from the floor. Terrific here in the fourth. The Cobra can't hit. Ivy against Maxey. Yabusele. Counted from distance.
Well, Maxey has proven he's got a good eye out on the floor. He'll spot those gaps in a minute.
Here's the Cobra. The 3. He can't hit that time. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
This one for 3. It's rebounded by George. Here's Boston. So we see the Pistons taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Unreal. NYC, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to Spike for me. MP, you win the play of the month so much they should name it after.
We welcome you to Noche and a Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the player's jersey, the playoff picture coming into focus now, Greg, with a good portion of this regular season behind us.
And for the teams that are definitely in, they're trying to maintain momentum and health, right? But for the teams still clawing and fighting their way in, that's where it gets exciting.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jalen Duren is out there with Booz Ellis. Then it's Cade Cunningham. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's the Cobra in at the shooting guard position. A nice shot by the Cobra.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Brunson right side. And the wing jumper offline. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Pistons. Coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Bridges inside. And he converts the layup.
Well, Bridges is down low, doing a great job of just pounding the defense, makes the shot.
You know, Brent, when you talk about home court advantage, the Knicks have one of the best.
Well, New York is so electric, and just, I have memories, Kevin, of walking out on that court, and it just feeling different. So the Mecca is back, and when it's loud, it is delicious.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. The two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. A nice shot by the Cobra.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Runs in the pass to Towns. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound by the Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
That final score really caught a lot of people off guard. I think we would have to quantify that one as an upset.
No question. I know I did not see that coming, especially when they had a chance to win it late in the fourth quarter. I thought for sure they'd get it done.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Miles McBride's checked in for Anunoby. And a switcher also for Detroit. Hunter's checked in.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. 8-point game. Pass to Towns. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Duren pulls it in. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 14-4 run. From past the arc. Another three for Detroit.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Back to Brunson. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's the Cobra. They get it again. Fires the three. The shot off that time. Knicks trail by 11. Poked away. Unhindered, going all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Towns wide open, and he's good on the three ball.
Towns has one of the best three-point strokes of any big man in the league.
They get the rebound. Shots good by Duren.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. That's tipped.
Always good to see that kind of activity from Duren on defense.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Connects from three-point range. The Cobras got 22.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter, exploding from the perimeter. What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's the Cobra, and another three for Detroit.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And so it's... Ellis is checked in for Hunter. The Cobra comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Cunningham in for Marcus Sasser. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Fires the three. And he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from the Cobra. 28 points for him.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
On the court for the Pistons, the Cobra out there with Cunningham. Then there's Jaden Ivey. Then there's Holland. And it's Buzelis in at the center position. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against the 76ers was outstanding. He scored an amazing number of points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. Really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Lets it go with a three. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
New York, no good that time either.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The three gets the three-pointer to fall. The Cobras got 12 now in this quarter.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Brunson the pass to Anunoby. To end the cold streak, here's Towns. Tries again, and it's good on the way in. Towns has got 5.
And Towns is solid at getting strong position on the glass. Terrific work.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Puts up a 3. It's in from long range. One more from the Cobra.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
Brunson surveying the D. Teardrop shot, and Cunningham with the block. And so is Detroit, way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
In the Western Conference, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Little love going to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just another big-time talent hailing from Canada. Has great length.
And moving on now to that first half, tough sledding so far for the New York Knicks.
They know they don't have to keep.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for New York right now. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Bridges, no one around him. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best.
Good, another from 3.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made.
And this is where Cade Cunningham showing his ability to get above the rim as a point guard. This makes him special.
Pass to Towns. Bridges outside. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Oh, and here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop. Jacks up a 3. Connects again from distance.
It has been raining threes for him tonight. Alone at 4th in the all-time single-game triples list.
Guys, he cannot miss. They have to keep feeding him, right? How many more can he hit? Let's keep counting.
After not having a 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now the second half, and he looks hungry for more.
You know, Brent, Josh Hart has been a contributor at the many stops in his NBA career.
Sometimes you have to wait to find your home, Kevin. That's been the case for Josh, but he has always contributed to winning, and now he's locked into this role where he is flourishing. This guy has all the tools to go out there and do little things every night that help your team be in a position to win games.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is
good. That's another bucket.
And another stunning accomplishment in his career. He's now tied for fourth most 60-point games in league history.
He is one of the most exciting offensive players the NBA has ever seen. In fact, I don't think you can make an argument against that. And Cunningham with the slam.
And Cade, at his size, when he's going in there and willing to get dirty, it's a great way to pick up extra points.
Outside, Towns. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Hart, wide open. He fired. Here's Bridges, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. From the arc. And again for 3.
He just continues to rein it in from downtown. Hits another one from deep.
Greg, the way he's shooting, he has a good chance to join some elite names on the list of the most threes in a game.
And Bridges really likes to get to the interior and earn himself some opportunities from the charity stripe.
The Knicks have shot 80%. The Pistons shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. On the floor for Detroit, they've got Holland. Ivy is out there with the Cobra. Then there's Hunter. And it's Bassey in at the 5, roaming the paint. Anunoby outside. Pass to Kolek. Here he goes. Back to Anunoby. New York moving the ball around. Here's McBride. Rebound by the Pistons.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Here's the Cobra. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Kolek, and it's blocked. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. So it's the Knicks now. Now McBride. Yep, it counts.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
91.
Here's the Cobra. The three-pointer, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Anunoby kicks to Towns. That 3 off the mark. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Beyond the arc. Good! Another from 3.
Hey, guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. And it's the Cobra in for Marcus Sasser. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. To the right side. Brunson, right side. Bridges for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's the Cobra. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Bounce pass from Bridges. Anunoby finds Brunson. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Here's the Cobra. Takes the three. Good! Another from three.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. A new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the bar. Higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can. And another bucket. Wow!
And that puts him even for third on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see.
And 78 points tying Wilt Chamberlain's big night back in 61. Up next, Kobe Bryant's 81 from 2006.
Fires from deep. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the middle, here's Hart. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's the Cobra, fires for three, and got it! Another basket.
The good times keep rolling, now tied for second all-time in scoring for a game.
Well, you know, the way he's been able to maintain his focus on offense all game, GA, the defense throws everything at him, but he still is scoring.
When Kobe did what he did back in 06, I never thought we'd see something like that again. But tonight has been an absolute legendary performance. I'm still in shock that we've seen 81 twice now.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
That one falls for Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
And both free throws good for Brunson. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And a surprising timeout here with the game in the bag.
Sometimes you want to have these teachable moments on the floor and not in the next day's film session, so coach electing to do that here.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A resounding victory.
Call the electrician because MP just shot the lights out.
Just looked at my
That was crazy. You look like Greg Hodges out there.
Let's get it, MP. These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of it. Well, Grant, we're deep into the season now. For teams who will miss the playoffs, where are their heads at, you think?
Well, B.A., first of all, it's a chance for some of the others to show out. Their focus should be on finishing strong. And realistically, you start planning for the offseason. But there are still games left to play.
And one thing we continue to monitor is MP and his pledge to set the tone defensively.
We know that MP really wants to be somebody who can bottle up key scores. That desire comes along with a learning process. As you watch more film, scout and defend players in action, as he dedicates more hours, you'll start seeing more results.
And now the Los Angeles starters. It's LeBron at power forward with AD as the center. Austin Reeves out there with Connect, and it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. Now here is James, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. Here's Davis, Duran with a rebound.
They haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
The Cobra can't hit.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
James outside. Davis from long range. And Cunningham pulls it down.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
The Cobra can't hit.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Well, Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed on them.
Excellent decision from James. He's all for whipping passes to uncover teammates.
Fires the three. Nails it from 3. The Cobra's got 9 points.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Detroit has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Fires in the triple.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. I asked Coach what it's like facing LeBron now versus earlier in his career, and he quickly responded, not much. He's still extremely difficult to game plan for. Even at this stage of his career, he remains a dominant force. So limiting his production will be crucial for them in this matchup, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. The Cobra. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Lakers trail by 7. Pass to connect. And he lobs it up top. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
Oh, it's been so much fun to watch him on the offensive end recently. He's really his team's engine on that end of the floor, sparking plays and helping them find open shots and big points.
Hunters checked in for the Pistons.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
James passes to Davis. Outside Reeves. Here's Connect. To the inside. From outside the arc. Got a hand on it. And up the court come the Pistons on the break. He gets it in there.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Lakers trail by 12. Outside O'Neal. Pass to Connect. Back to O'Neal. 4-3. The Pistons clear it. Duran's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's the Cobra. Another 3 for Detroit.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Holland, he's checked in for the Pistons. The Lakers also with a sub. Wagner's checked in for LeBron. Davis finds Reeves. Outside O'Neal. Back to Reeves. Over Cunningham. The shot by Reeves, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Here's the Cobra. And Detroit another 3.
And they've got the D reeling. A full 3-point attack right off the tip.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Los Angeles making a change here. And hey, we got Big Sean in the building tonight for this Pistons home game.
Yeah, a very proud Detroit native who has done a lot for this city. It's great to see Big Sean out here supporting his team.
Here's Vincent. It's deflected. Here's the Cobra. He's covered by Vincent. Here's the Cobra. And Detroit another 3. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight. Turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running. And good whistle there.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws tonight. Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Vincent. Detroit leading by 20. The Cobra can't hit.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Hunter, good.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
James outside. And it's James with the jam.
You're still dunking with ease. James is a physical specimen.
Here's the Cobra. Buries it from 3. The Cobra's got 29 points.
What a way to begin this game. dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Changes now for the Lakers. O'Neal comes in for Thibault, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Vanderbilt. The Pistons lead by 23, and so in the game for the Lakers, Wagner is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Austin Reeves, then it's Royce O'Neal, and it's Hood Schifino in at the 2. The Cobra can't hit.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Cobra in the last game against the Knicks played some superb basketball. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's a season high for him. What an offensive performance. And he had a monster game that last time out. He'll try to match or even exceed those numbers tonight. That's got to be scary to face, Brian.
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here's the Cobra. James with the rebound. The Lakers shooting a low 30% from the floor. From deep. And he can't get that one.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's the Cobra. Connects again from distance. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Outside Reeves. Here's Hood Schifino. Blocked! In transition, here they come! Up high and down it goes on the lob.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's the Cobra. And the Pistons, another three.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
So for the Pistons, Bassey, he's checked in for Hunter, and Cade Cunningham subbed in for Ivy. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Connect comes in for Hood Schifino. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
To the paint. Here's Connect. Tipped. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. Holland, he's checked in for Bassey.
Now returning on the floor for your Pistons, number 00, Ron.
Here's Wagner. He's scoreless. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Connect outside. Holland with a rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's the Cobra. A deep three. That shot off. 1:19 left in the first half. Out to the right wing. O'Neal on the wing. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. O'Neal's got his first 3 points of the game.
With all the attention AD draws, if Davis moves the ball, good things will happen.
Sinks the tray.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Back to Reeves. Pass to connect from the arc. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Duren, he's checked in for the Pistons. Chris Middleton comes in for Ivy.
Chris Middleton.
40 seconds left in the second quarter. And it's Wagner missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Here's the Cobra. No good with the triple. Well, the Lakers shooting poorly. Just 29% from the floor in this game. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. Offensive board. Pass to Reeves. And here's Connect outside. And Cunningham pulls it down. Here's the Cobra. Beyond the arc. And again for three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Seems like they can't miss. Just rolling offensively, getting whatever they want.
You haven't heard this in a while, fellas.
And now we get to check out the top. And that's a wrap on half.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. They've got Cunningham, Jalen Duren out there with Buzelis. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's the Cobra in at shooting guard. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half. From outside, off the mark. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road.
Get the basketball.
Here's Connect. Blocked again!
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Pass to O'Neal. Now, here is James. And again, the Lakers, no good.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks.
Well, a bit of a cold start to the second half. They need to settle down and get some better looks.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's the Cobra. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Nails it from beyond the arc.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Connect. Rebound Detroit. Duren's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field and seems really frustrated.
Los Angeles has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, B.A., he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
From downtown, hits the three-pointer. The Cobra's got 57 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Davis. Back to Reeves. Soft touch off the glass. Reeves has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
The Cobra can't hit.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And it's Austin Reeves with the three. Reeves has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Launches it from deep. He got it again! Sensational!
And his tear continues. We've never seen this before.
He now has the record for the most 60-plus point games in a row. Down low. Tries from 6 feet. It's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Duren touched it last. And Los Angeles making a change here. Hood Schifino's checked in. James outside. 5 on the clock. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Misses the jumper from the wing. Connects again from distance.
And this three-point shooting performance has been insane. Everything is going in for him.
It's been a historic night for him. Closing in on the 4th most threes in a single game. Pass to Hood Schifino. The 11-footer. Bassey pulls it in. Bassey's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's the Cobra. And the Pistons, another three.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Got a piece of it. Here's Ivy. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And he is a hard charger. Ivy only plays at full speed. A great burst on his drives.
Outside O'Neal. Minute 32 left in the third quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can they get it? The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. James can't get it to go.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's the Cobra. Good! Another from 3.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Shot is good by Reeves.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Three-pointer. Connects again from distance.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance. And every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hard work...
And again for 3.
And he's topped his own personal best. A new second-place mark for most single-game triples. He is never shy when it comes time to launch.
Not at all. Casting away and making a little history in the process. What a privilege to be here to witness this. He's as good as it gets from long distance. Here's the Cobra. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner. Hunter against James. Pass to Hood Schifino. From the corner. Over to the left wing. Hey, from beyond the arc. Shot's no good. 7 for 13 now in this game.
And their physical dominance has been on display.
Again! What an avalanche!
And he's now tied for the 4th most points in the game ever. He is hitting everything.
It is truly one of the greatest games in league history. He can't miss. Outside Thibault. Inside. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Stan, there are lots of loud arenas in the NBA. What was the toughest place for you to win?
Well, Brian, it was against whoever had the best players on the other side.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half. Good! Another from 3.
And of course it falls for him. And that 3 pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget. And it's James with the jam.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
The 3 is up. Connects again from distance.
Oh, hot as a tea kettle. He is just firing away, and he has set a new record for the most triples ever in an NBA game.
Breaking his own record. We knew his reputation and the kind of shooting display he can put on. He's taken it to another level, though. And Detroit making a change here. Sasser's checked in. Reeves is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's James. And that's up and in. 5 for 12 in this game.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Detroit has gone 4 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Here's the Cobra. And Detroit another 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the inside. Vanderbilt finds Wagner. Taken away! Here's the Cobra. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Wagner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Thibault. He blocks it again. And that's 9 blocks.
And you know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th one, too.
And good! There's another!
90 points! A legendary performance!
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. Outside Reeves. Pass to James. Double team on James. Wagner, the pass to Thibault. Fires for 3. The shot by James, no good.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Good! Another from 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
The Pistons clear it.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Puts up a 3. Knocks down the triple.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Pistons.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it was a team effort tonight, collecting their 39th victory of the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the Cobra.
I think his authoritative defense was huge for them tonight. He established early that he wasn't allowing easy buckets. and he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Looking to get back on track. James can't get it to go.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light.
Good. He hits again.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. A new single-game scoring record.
History being made as we speak. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's passed Wilt Chamberlain's legendary mark of 100 points. Oh, my. I mean, that has stood since 1962.
A huge night for MP. Now let's go to center court for his reaction.
Man, this hasn't even sunk in yet. On a night like this, setting a record for points in the game, you're so in the zone that it feels like everything is just effortless. But it's not. There's a lot of hard work that goes into this. So credit to my coaches, my teammates, everyone coming up that helped push me, my family, my friends, haters, defenders. Every one of those points scored tonight, this is for y'all. Everything that I do is. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Nicely said by MP. I think we all thought Wilt's record was completely out of reach in the modern game.
Well, MP proved us all wrong. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime talent.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. James outside. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And just powering his way to the rim. I mean, LeBron is a freak of nature.
No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Here's the Cobra. Off target with the three. Now James. And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaFour.
Bettina.
MP, you just did one of the most incredible things anyone has ever done in the history of professional sports.
It's true.
When you see something like that, or when you do something like that, it's hard to describe it in anything other than cliche. Which had me thinking, athletes sometimes describe nights like tonight as, the hoop being bigger, appearing bigger than usual. Is that actually true? Or is it just a phrase that gets thrown around to try and describe the indescribable?
People say that, and I get what they mean, but everything looks and flows differently on a night like tonight.
How do you mean exactly?
Well, it's about way more than the hoop. It's literally about everything. The passes, they seem to come precisely on schedule and right in your sweet spot. And the defense, they seem to get a turnover right as you're about to lead the break, and the ball just start bouncing off dudes' heads and going into the rim. It's like you can't do anything wrong on a night like tonight. But, the hoop, Yeah, that's just an expression. Thank you, Bettina.
Joe, where does breaking this record rank as far as your career accomplishments?
It's huge, obviously, but I've always been a team guy, you know, and I know that sounds silly coming from someone who scored 100 points. Like, I get that, but if we don't get the chip this year, it's definitely going to be a bittersweet moment. I'll tell you that for sure. And it's team over everything. There's no question about that. It's not even close.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, MP, question over here.
I can't believe you still have the energy to get all those shots up.
Man, I know. Man, I know scoring is up, but topping 100, just ridiculous. Go off, MP.
Good game, MP.
Man, I know scoring.
Your teammates are going to love that answer. That was great.
Triple digits? You really did it. I can't believe it.
Took my kids to the night show last weekend. Oh yeah?
Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken wings. Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Marching our way, Brent, toward the end of the season. What are members of the front offices doing right now?
Well, rosters are set, Kevin. I mean, this is what you got. You're not going to add anybody else. There's no added shooting. You're not going to get the tough rebounder guy. You've got to dig in and understand and define the roles for what these guys can do for your team moving forward. You could be leaning on your starters more and playing them heavy minutes because you're seizing the opportunity to get into a position to play playoff basketball.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Buzelis out there with Durham. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Cunningham. And it's the Cobra in at the 2 guard. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Here's Risacher. The layup off target. Pass to Buzelis. Here's the Cobra. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. The Cobra's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Pistons. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. Let's see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now Daniels, after the missed 3 from the Cobra. Daniels, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Here's the Cobra. He has 6. Drains it from beyond the arc. So it's the Hawks now. 6-point game. Pass to Okongwu. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, the athleticism there on display from Daniels. That's fun.
Detroit's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Here's the Cobra. No good on the 3. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Johnson finds Okongwu. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. We take a look at the Pistons. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
Seeing where Detroit is, they're one of those teams that people seem to underestimate. Not expecting to be this high on the list at this point in the year.
The Cobra's shot is off.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it. Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Trains the 3-pointer. The Cobra's got 12.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Young outside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
It's all about smart choices, and Trae Young's making them right now.
Cunningham passes to the Cobra. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And another 3 for Detroit.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
The Hawks trail by 8. And Young kicks to Okongwu. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. The rebound by Middleton. Pistons leading by 8. And one of those guys, Brad, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game. Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score, Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Both teams deciding to change it up. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Pistons, number 1.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
They need this. Hunter grabs the miss.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against the Lakers was tremendous. He had an impressive number of points, and he was tremendous in that game. That was a season high in points, too. Just a fantastic night for him. The kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg will see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Detroit leading by 16. Here's the Cobra. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
To the inside. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
And Trae Young playing floor general here. So good and so quick at finding the open man.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lets it go from deep. But Cobra's shot is off. Pass to man. Here's Baldwin. Out to the right wing. Roddy. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Pistons lead by 16. Okongwu's checked in for Ward. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Moore. Bruce Ellis is checked in for the Pistons. The Cobra comes in for Marcus Sasser. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 28 points for the Cobra.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
On the court for the Pistons, the Cobra out there with Ivy. Then it's Bruce Ellis. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Hunter in at the 4 spot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the paint. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's the Cobra. Cans it from downtown. The Cobra's got 6 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Launches a 3, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Atlanta. Reza Shea is coming in for Trey Mann. And Detroit with a change here, too. Cunningham, he's checked in for Ivy. And DeAndre Hunter is a plug-and-play type of wing. Brent, he can fit in anywhere.
Yeah, really good at spacing the floor, getting better at creating for himself, Kevin. And defensively, he's a solid on-ball defender that can switch up to multiple positions. Who in the league isn't looking for a talent like that? showing the range and competitiveness. Nice answer by Daniels.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Three-pointer, Daniels. Rebound, Detroit. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Watching this team operate at this elite level, firing on all cylinders, the way they're going right now, this winning streak could go on for some time.
Back to Young. Johnson from outside. The rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 1:33 left in the second quarter. Here's the Cobra, and another 3 for Detroit.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Mann's checked in. And a switcher also for Detroit. Duran's checked in. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run. And it's Risa Shea missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
In the corner, Daniels. Johnson for 3. Duran pulls it in.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. No good. Great D that time from the Cobra.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Misses the 3. Here's Daniels. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 4 rebounds in this game. Got it off in time. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far it hasn't been close. The Pistons on top, delivering the blowout. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome, everyone.
You know, on the boards, they've been ferocious. They've been intimidating. Reminds me of watching Big Fella out there.
You know they're going to...
And now here's something that's always interesting. Let's see. Thank you for being with us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
The front court is Risa Shea and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Okongwu in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
This is his first free throw of the game. Both free throws good from Okongwu. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. The Cobra, good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 4 assists now tonight. The Hawks shooting a disastrous 25% from the field so far. Pass to Okongwu. Young outside. Okongwu with the screen on Cunningham. Young, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's the Cobra. No good on the triple. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. Again, what an avalanche!
And he has all the tools and the desire.
Now tied for second most 60-point games. What a career he's had. My goodness.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
A nice shot by the Cobra.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Atlanta, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Daniels, no good.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Morris checked in for Reza Shea, and it's Trey Mann in for Dyson Daniels. Mann finds Johnson. Moore with it. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Okongwu. Shoots over Duren. That's tipped. It's stolen by Buzelis. Here's the Cobra. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duren. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for him.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
The Pistons making a change here. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Jalen Duren. Holland comes in for Buzelis. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Cunningham.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
They swipe it. Here's the Cobra. And again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Pass to Mann. A solo fast break for the finish. Good, he hits again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Young looking around. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he just nailed his second 3 of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Moore outside. Johnson outside. Pass to Young. Launches it. Detroit with the rebound. Hunter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the Cobra. To the left side wing. The Pistons working the ball around now. Connects again from distance.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc.
And Trey knows he's going to get all the attention, does a good job of finding the open man.
There's the three. Good, another from three.
He is unstoppable here. Hits again from beyond the arc.
What a historic night for him. Shooting the ball, he now stands, GA, by himself for third place in most threes all time. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From outside the arc, the Cobras' shot is off.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Okongwu. The kick out to Young. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's the Cobra. Three-pointer. And good! There's another.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. One for the ages. And so is Detroit. Enjoying. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Dyson Daniels. David, what's the latest?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with Atlanta's head athletic trainer about his status. Now, he told me that it's a knee sprain, and it's definitely painful, but it's fortunate it wasn't worse. If he were to miss time right now, it would really hurt this team, especially during the latter stages of the season. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon. On the court for the Pistons, Holland is out there with Hunter. And again for three.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. Good! Another from three.
And he's outclassed his own previous record. A new number for the second most single-game triples. Just a master cannoneer.
Firing away and making a little history in the process. What an honor to witness this. What an honor to be here. He is, quite simply, as good as you'll ever see from long range. From deep, Atlanta with the rebound. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at Footprint Center in Phoenix. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even in a power finish.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Brent is a guy who has played with winning teams, been in terrific cultures, and currently in one with the Spurs. What do you think is more important, team culture or raw talent?
Well, I believe in the culture.
Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. And here we go. The Pistons fast break connects again from distance.
He's scorching hot. Another three.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Pass to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. To end the run. Drills it from outside.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
The Cobras' shot is off. Atlanta's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Mann over to the wing. Young outside for the 3. Holland with the rebound. Holland's got his 5th rebound in this one. And another one falls.
tonight is one more for the history books. Once again, he sets the record for most points ever in an NBA game.
And it may not come as a surprise from him, but goodness, we got to acknowledge his greatness. What he is accomplishing is nothing short of legendary.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
The Cobras' shot is off. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Johnson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Inside, here's O'Connell. And O'Connell slams it in.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the Cobra. And again, it's the Pistons missing. For Atlanta, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Young's shot is off.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
And again for 3.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. The Pistons making a change here.
Pistons substitution, number 45.
Ivy against Young. Pass to Rizachet. Hawks passing it around. And the dunk by Rizachet.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Good! Another from 3.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the bar. Higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can. The Cobras' shot is off. Young against Ivy. Pass to man. Johnson the screen. Clock at 6. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And that one's good. Rizachet.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's the Cobra. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to...
Never thought I'd see someone score over 100 points. They're unbelievable, man.